Here are today's top stories. The Department of Foreign Affairs warns undocumented Filipinos in Kuwait to avail of amnesty within 3 days. Transportation Secretary Arthur Tugade orders the dismissal of the Land Transportation Office personnel in Nueva Vizcaya. The World Bank cites Mindanao's growth as the means to bring progress to the whole country. And Batangilas loses to China to take 4th place in the FIBA U16 Championships. Good day, I'm William Theo. Welcome to the PNA Newsroom. Undocumented Filipinos in Kuwait have only 3 days to avail of the amnesty in order for them to be repatriated. Foreign Affairs Undersecretary Sara Lu Ariola reminded the remaining undocumented Filipinos to register at the Philippine Embassy to avoid the deadline. The embassy has so far repatriated nearly 4,000 Filipinos identified to be illegally staying in the Gulf state. In addition to airfare, the government is providing the OFWs transportation to their home provinces, as well as financial assistance, training, and job assistance. Although the amnesty offers will end on April 22nd, Philippines should not wait until the last minute, as it takes 10 days for the embassy to process their exit requirements. Ambassador to Kuwait Renato Villa expects authorities to launch a crackdown against foreign nationals who have overstayed their visas after the amnesty. Villa said he requested the assistance of members of the Filipino community in Kuwait in convincing others to register immediately. Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno is asking the Supreme Court and Bank to order 5 of her colleagues to inhibit in the quo warranto petition seeking to nullify her appointment. Sereno accused the 5 associate justices who have testified against her in the impeachment hearings in the House of Representatives of bias and animosity. Sereno spokesperson attorney Jose Dainla said the Chief Justice would face the en banc even if it fails to act on her plea. However, she said that if the en banc does not act and decide on her plea, Sereno's camp would not accept that impartiality is served. Dainla maintained Sereno's stance that she can only be removed from office through impeachment. The SC has set the oral arguments in Baguio City on April 10. Transportation Secretary Arthur Tugade has relieved the entire staff of the Land Transportation Office in Nueva Vizcaya Province following reports of extortion activities. Tugade instructed LTO Chief Edgar Galvante to remove the employees and personnel at the LTO Bayumbong District Office and Aritao Extension Office under a relief order was issued by LTO Regional Director Romeo Sales. Sales also directed the cancellation of deputation orders and temporary operators permit issued to DPWH personnel manning the Way Bridge in Aritao, Nueva Vizcaya. President Rodrigo Duterte offered the sacking of the LTO personnel following complaints from rice traders and truckers who alleged that some personnel earn as much as 1 million pesos a day from over 1,000 trucks from Cagayan Valley transporting agricultural products out of the region. A new set of officials and employees were designated in an acting capacity to temporarily take over the LTO offices. Environment Chief Roy Cimatu denied allegations that the impending closure of Boracay aims to pave the way for the construction of a casino on the island. Cimatu stressed that the government is closing the tourist spot beginning April 26 to hasten its cleanup and rehabilitation. PAGCOR issued a provisional gaming license in March for a planned casino project by Leisure and Resorts World Corporation in partnership with Hong Kong-based Galaxy Entertainment Group. In February, the DNR announced Cimatu's directive to suspend the issuance of Environmental Compliance Certificates or ECC for proposed projects and the construction of new buildings in Boracay. Cimatu said the DENR has not received any application for ECC of the planned casino project in Boracay. He said his department would not issue an ECC once the agency's assessment shows Boracay's carrying capacity would be exceeded if the project pushes through. Cimatu added that his department would continue its campaign against environmental violations in Boracay even after the island's closure. Malacanang said President Duterte wanted to place the NFA under the Office of the President and reconstitute the NFA Council amid the recurring problem of the country's rice supply. House Speaker Pantaleon Alvarez expressed support for President Duterte's reported plan to abolish the National Food Authority Council. Alvarez said the council is unnecessary since the NFA already has an administrator. He, however, said that the country would not have a rice supply problem if the administrator would only do his job. Alvarez said Congress would also look into the possibility of reconstituting the NFA Council through legislation. Still to come, the World Bank cites Mindanao's growth as the means to bring progress to the whole country. Several resorts in Misamis Oriental are found to encroach the no-build zones. These and more when the PNA Newsroom continues.
You mentioned that benefits for the work who are vets are long overdue. So are we behind the payment or?
No, this is making up for the arrears. In fact, okay? This has been pending for many years. Okay? So we are on track now with the payment. In fact, we started paying this one last April of last year. Okay? So we're on track now.
The Land Transportation, Franchising and Regulatory Board has expressed concern over the order of the Philippine Competition Commission for ride-sharing firms Uber and Grab to maintain their separate operations beyond April 8. LTFRB board member Eileen Lizada said continued operations would adversely impact the safety and welfare of the riding public, particularly when it comes to accidents involving Uber vehicles. Uber earlier disclosed that it no longer has the funds and manpower to continue its operations. She said Uber may be required to close down under those circumstances. The LTFRB said it will continue to process the migration of Uber's drivers to Grab's platform. Grab earlier said that Uber's Southeast Asia operations will continue only until April 8 after acquiring its ride-sharing and food delivery businesses last March 26. The PCC has directed Uber to continue operating its app for the duration of their motu proprio review. The review will determine how the Grab-Uber merger would affect the ride-sharing market. The World Bank recognizes the growth and development of Mindanao as a means to bring forth the country's full progress. World Bank Country Director Mara Warwick underscored the need for the government and the other stakeholders to unlock Mindanao's potentials. She noted that significantly reducing national poverty hinges on reducing poverty in Mindanao, as it holds 1/3 of the total number of poor Filipinos. The World Bank has come up with 3 recommendations around 3 development areas. These include raising the productivity of Mindanao's agriculture and fisheries, boosting human capital and social protection of the poor, and addressing the drivers of conflict and strengthening institutions in conflict-affected areas. Mindanao Mindanao Development Authority Chairman Datu Haji Abul Khair Alonto vowed to pursue projects and programs for Mindanao under the administration of President Duterte. He said 21 priority projects have a funding of 17 billion pesos. Davao City is poised to step up monitoring of the prices of non-NFA rice in the market amid the depleted buffer stock of the National Food Authority in the region. The city government is working closely with the NFA and the Department of Agriculture so that the region would be included in areas to be supplied with NFA rice. Mayor Sara Duterte Carpio said they are closely monitoring non-NFA rice to ensure supply and that rice retail prices stay within manageable levels. In the past 2 weeks, rice retailers have voiced concerns over the depleting supply of NFA rice in local markets. Earlier, presidential spokesperson Harry Roque said that President Duterte expressed his intent to place the NFA under the office of the president. He said the president is also considering the approval of rice importation to be centralized. Initial inspections in the coastal towns of Misamis Oriental revealed that some beaches in the province have violated the policy on no-build zones. A 2013 executive order enforces a no-build zone policy 20 meters from the shoreline above high tide line. Department of Tourism Region 10 Director Marie-Elaine Unchuan said the 20-meter easement is for the safety of the tourists against storm surges and similar incidents. Unchuan said airing resort operators have been notified and that the DOT is working with the DENR to determine the exact scope of violations. Another wave of inspections set at the end of this month will be in tourist-rich Camiguin. Bulaqueños hailed the commemoration of the declaration of the First Philippine Republic at Barasawain Church on January 23 as a special working holiday. President Rodrigo Duterte signed into law Republic Act No. 11014, declaring January 23 every year as a special working holiday in the entire country. City Mayor Christian Natividad said Saturday that after more than 100 years, due recognition was finally accorded to the historic proclamation of the country's first republic. For his part, Governor Wilhelmino C. Alvarado is thankful that the national significance of the First Philippine Republic was finally recognized. He noted that it was on this date that the Philippines was acknowledged as an independent nation by the international community. January 23rd is currently a special non-working holiday in Bulacan. With the new law, it would be a national holiday equal to Philippine Independence Day on June 12. Up next, Batangilas loses to China to take 4th place in the FIBA U16 Championships. Zambales celebrates its annual Mango Festival in honor of the province's best produce. These and more when the PNA Newsroom returns.
Inaanyayahan namin ng lahat na makilahok sa pagdiriwang ng Philippine Veterans Week at Araw ng Kagitingan sa 5 hanggang 11 ng Abril. Ang tema para sa mga gaganaping pagdiriwang ay Kagitingan at Pagmamahal sa Pilipinas para sa tunay na pagbabago. Para sa mga karagdagang detalye, ilike lamang ang Facebook page ng Philippine Veterans Affairs Office. #Kagitingan2018.
The Metropolitan Manila Development Authority warns motorists passing by Espana Boulevard that road repairs and reblocking will begin in the area this coming weekend. The road work will start on April 13 to 16 and will continue until the week ends on May 18 to 21. A segment of Espana Boulevard westbound from Vicente Cruz to A.H. Lacson will be closed to traffic from Friday 10 p.m. until Monday 5 p.m. Motorists using Espana Boulevard around these times are advised to take alternate routes. Batangilas settled for 4th place in the FIBA Asia U16 Championship Sunday night at the Lingang Mingzhu Gymnasium in Foshan, China. New Zealand overpowered the national team 76-60 after a poor performance by Batangilas in the second quarter. Terence Fortea led Batangilas with 18 points, while Kai Soto only made 13 points and 7 rebounds. They also missed the services of RC Kalimag, who sat out the game with an injured knee. Despite the loss, Batangilas still clinched the spot in the FIBA U17 World Championship to be held on June 30 to July 8 in Argentina. Paul Marton de la Cruz ruled the compound men qualification round to deliver the country's first gold medal in the 2018 Asia Cup Stage 2 archery competition in Manila. The 31-year-old de la Cruz scored a total of 704 points, erasing the 703 national record he set during the 2014 National Open. Lin Che-wei of Chinese Taipei, who placed second after the first round and topped the second round with the same score, settled for the silver medal. Huang Wei of China tallied 697 to pocket the bronze medal. De la Cruz previously set a new Philippine record of 702 points when he won the bronze medal in the 2014 Asian Games in Incheon, South Korea. The total of 113 players are competing in the Manila leg of the Asia Cup. The Philippines is eyeing 6 to 8 medals in the competition, which also serves as the Filipinos' tune-up for the Asian Games in August. Zambales opened the week-long Dinamulag Mango Festival, where the province celebrated the mango as its most popular produce. Here is our report.
The week-long celebration of Zambales' most popular produce, the sweetest mango in the world, began Saturday as provincial officials formally opened the province's annual Dinamulag Mango Festival. Celebrated annually during the summer months, the Dinamulag Festival is a form of thanksgiving for another year of bountiful harvest. Provincial Administrator Izel De Losos said the Mango Festival is about giving thanks to the good harvest and blessings of God. She said the Dinamulag Festival symbolizes the province's development program that considers the people and is in harmony with nature. For Zambales Vice Governor Angel Magsaysay, the Dinamulag Festival is not just a celebration but also about creating a legacy. After the ribbon-cutting ceremony, motorcycle riders hit the road for the first Zambales Motor Endurance Challenge. Then, the Parayawan Agritourism Showcase and Trade Fair took place, followed by the Todo Todo Decor My Tricycle Motorcade. A marching band from Luzon University gave an exhibition at the People's Park, followed by the Binibining Zambales and Mr. Millennial competition in the evening. Other activities lined up for the rest of the week are the Laro ng Lahi, Invitational Beach Volleyball, and a float parade and competition, cultural presentations, and Kids Festival Day. The Dinamulag Tour, a trip to the province's tourist destinations, highlights the main activities on April 13. The Binibining Zambales Coronation Night marks the final day of the festival activities on April 14, to be capped by a fireworks display in the evening. For the PNA Newsroom, I'm Abs Abando.
Let's now check out the weather forecast for Metro Manila and the rest of the country.
On this day in 1942, low on ammunition, and meagerly supplied American and Filipino troops fighting in the front lines of Bataan were forced to surrender after 93 days of resistance against a numerically superior Japanese force. The province of Bataan commemorates the 76th anniversary of this gallant stand, with Defense Secretary Delfin Lorenzana and Executive Secretary Salvador Medialdea joining other officials at Mount Samat, the historic site of the fall of Bataan. Lorenzana announced additional benefits for war veterans as the President is set to immediately sign the bill for their monthly pension from 5,000 to 20,000 pesos. The AFP also joined in the observance of the Araw ng Kagitingan, commending the current crop of soldiers who protect the country from violent extremists. In his message, President Duterte called on Filipinos to resist any attack on Philippine sovereignty and noted how the freedoms once defended by the heroes of Bataan are now under threat and that Filipinos have a sacred duty to defend the honor of the motherland.
Here's another look at today's stories. The Department of Foreign Affairs warns undocumented Filipinos in Kuwait to avail of amnesty within 3 days. Transportation Secretary Arthur Tugade orders dismissal of the Land Transportation Office personnel in Nueva Vizcaya. The World Bank cites Mindanao's growth as the means to bring progress to the whole country. And Batangilas loses to China to take 4th place in the FIBA U16 Championships. Thank you for watching another edition of the PNA Newsroom. To check out these and other stories, visit the PNA website or follow the Philippine News Agency on Facebook and Twitter. For more stories about the government and how it serves the Filipinos, look for these hashtags in all of our social media platforms and websites. And that's your daily dose of the hottest news and the latest information that you need to know from the PNA Newsroom. I'm William Theo. Good day.